Welcome to the second video about using the RendeZvous II Couples animator in Second Life. Here we are sitting on the beach and we're talking, having a long, deep conversation as we watch the sunset. You'll notice that I have turned off the menu that's usually in the upper right corner because we're just talking and I don't want it cluttering up the view. But when I want the menu back, how do I get it back? Now it's important to understand that everything on the RendeZvous animator can be accessed through command lines on channel 4, almost everything. And so anytime you need to get a menu back, you simply type /4 menu, and when you hit return, you have your menu back. Notice that it's kind of intrusive if you're just trying to enjoy the view. And again, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to type /4 menu, and I get it back. And this will work for either partner. Now, something else you should know here about the menu is that if you go to the More Help button and then go to Help Tools, there are several important things here. One is I can give a menu to my partner. Now you'll notice that it's hard to see my partner, but if I hit the Give Menu button, then RendeZvous here will suddenly get a menu pop up. It's a very polite way to give someone a menu, particularly if someone who is with you doesn't understand how this all works. The second thing you can do here from this menu, from the Help menu, is you can go to the online help. I have an extensive web page devoted exclusively to every detail, everything you can imagine about the RendeZvous II product, including links to all of the other videos. And you simply do that by hitting the Help button, and you get an opportunity to simply go to this page. If I click on this, you'll notice that it does bring up the page, and it's extensive pages with many details about using the RendeZvous, the things it does, the things it doesn't, with links to all of the different things you can do. And so it's very important to understand how to get at that help and also how to give other people the menu. Now, in the event that you like to switch your menu off, but you like to get it back quickly and you're not really into a lot of chat, we have created a very simple little HUD which ends up in the upper right corner. Here it is, the RendeZvous II menu HUD, Wear Me. It's in your inventory, and if I just right click on that and wear it, you'll notice that it is up in the corner. Now this HUD does nothing except bring up the menu. That's all it does. It's made so that you can turn your menu off to get rid of the clutter, and then you can get it back immediately. Now something else I want to show here, I'm going to go to a different style. So I go to More, I go to Sitting, and I go to Sit Facing, which is this view here. And I'm going to swing my camera around, and while we're sitting here talking, I decide that I want to show you what I'm looking at, the view that I'm seeing with the sun in the background and my good friend here looking dreamily into my eyes, and you want to know kind of where my camera is. If you go to More Help, and I simply say Share Camera, and when I get the menu back, my partner sees this. Her camera is off to the side, and she's just a cloud because my computer can't render both of us apparently at the same time. But notice it says that I want to share my camera. But because her camera is off to the side like this, before she can say yes, she has to unlock the camera. It's just the way the camera works in Second Life. So she hits the escape button twice to neutralize it, and then she says yes please, and you'll notice that the camera goes to exactly the same position that I tried to share with her, although my view is much nicer because she's rendered properly in this session of Second Life. This is very helpful. Either partner can trigger it. It's important to remember to hit the escape key twice because otherwise it won't switch to that. Now, I'm going to cover one more thing before we close out this video, and that is, and I'm going to just hug here. And we go up into the hug, and of course we're waiting to see next. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stand up, and when the driver stands up, it automatically ejects the passenger. The passenger can stand up and the driver will remain on, and you'll notice down here in the corner that it automatically saved. It says it resaved my settings. So any settings that I had were resaved. Now what I want to demonstrate here is something very simple. I'm just going to move this a little bit. Suppose I want to allow my friend RendeZvous here to actually be the driver, but because the male animations are on the left and the female animations are on the right, or the red cube. If she's going to be the driver, she has to start from the red cube. So we simply say 4/4 switch, SWITCH. And when I do that, notice a question comes up, and it's going to delink and relink rendezvous, and I say yes, and now it turns the cube red. This means that the female should get on first. So what I'm going to do is going to switch over to RendeZvous view, and she's going to get on. And notice now the blue cube is available, and I go back to me, and now I can sit on the cube. But RendeZvous is the pilot. I am no longer the pilot. And so although I can type, I'm the passenger now, I can type /4 menu, and I can change, for instance, I can have us holding hands or standing hip to hip. I can initiate a kiss between the two of us, or a hug. However, I cannot move the device. The only person who can move it with the arrow keys will be the pilot. In this case, RendeZvous, my good friend. She's the one who's going to have to control the pilot. Now notice what I said before. If I stand up, she remains on the cube, the passenger off, and this saves my settings because there's no longer a pair on the animation, so that the settings are automatically saved. And in this case, RendeZvous stands up, and we're going to go back to my view, and now I want to be the pilot again, so I simply type /4 switch, and I get the question, do you want to delink and relink it? And my answer is yes. And notice that it's blue, it has to reset itself, and we are back again. If RendeZvous were to sit on this, she would be on the left and I would take the right, and all of the male animations would go to her and the female animations would go to me, and it looks a little bit odd, to tell you the truth. So I don't encourage that, but certainly that's an opportunity. So I hope this has been helpful. We're going to cover some other features in the next video, and I hope that you'll be able to join us for that and learn more about this interesting product. Thank you.